From the Gardens Casino in Hawaiian Gardens, California, this is Poker Night in America.
Hello, my babies, and welcome to Poker Night in America. I'm Joe Stapleton alongside Jesse Abramowitz.
We are back at the Gardens Casino in Los Angeles playing $25.50, and as always, there's an optional strap-on.
What?
Straddle. There's an optional straddle.
Last time we saw ODB David Baker cleaning up to the tune of 13 grand. Tonight, the rest of the gang will be looking to settle the score.
Same lineup tonight, except we say goodbye to Gardens regular Philip Dang and welcome Luong Lee.
Welcome! These are your current standings from the Gardens Casino as we continue day one. Only one winner so far in this game. David Baker up just over $13,000, but wait, there's hope yet still. Long Lee, good luck to you, sir. New player to the game. Right there on the right side of your screen, red hat.
Lee, one of the Gardens regulars here.
So I go to Rob Reiner, the director, and I say, you know, I've been watching Jack do this soliloquy on the stand for 4 days.
Here you go.
And at that point, the camera angle was over Jack onto the judge.
No.
So it's off camera.
You did not sit in there.
So I said to Rob, I'll sit and do the off-camera lines for AJ, and I'll do it as Jack, unless that's going to throw AJ.
Oh, wow.
And then I won't do it as Jack.
You're kidding.
And so AJ, the actor playing the judge, said I would love that. So I sat for the next couple hours doing Jack on the stand for the judge.
Oh, my God.
And the best compliment, after the first take, the whole crew erupts in applause. I'm like, fellas, we're here for AJ. Let's, you know. The best compliment came 2 days later when Rob came up to me and said, I was watching dailies last night of Jack's last day. And it took me 4 takes of the off camera before I realized we were now on you.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, that may be the best one ever.
Yeah. It is the best one.
For me.
Wow.
I like hearing true stories from Hollywood movie sets. Turns out we can handle the truth.
Just tremendous. And Jen's right. It was like an acting clinic every day when he was.
Yeah.
Tilly really has just an amazing ability to constantly bet into either the nut flush draw or the nut whatever.
Yes, let's catch people up on this hand. Jennifer Tilly is drawing dead, and that's really all you need to know as she bets $1,200 into the pot. David Baker has the second nuts.
It's the first nuts, actually.
He's the second nut flush.
Well, there's an ace of spades out there. So it's impossible.
He has a hand he's never folding. That's one thing we agree on here. As he raises to 2,700, not only does he have the nuts, Jesse, but he has any redraw to a straight flush also blocked.
All right, it's back on. I'm telling you. I'm gonna fold just to spare your feelings, but it's back on.
That's amazing that they did not know it was Jack. I was listening, although I was trying to outlevel David Baker. Apparently, you cannot outlevel David Baker. I know you did not.
Outlevel a guy that has any version of the nuts.
Oh, you made me so mad.
It was just 4.
Action will be on Long Lee with 10-3.
Yeah, because Bill Klein.
Or like so long to that hand. 8 deuce, another lech. Jennifer Tilly, king deuce, suited.
Not calling me Ben.
She won a big pot last time with king deuce. Makes it 175. Eli Elezra in with pocket fives.
JP took me to school there.
Kassela
9.
makes it 900 with pocket jacks.
Yeah, everyone else would have slow played you.
Could have got me.
You did have a
Pollock's out.
backdoor straight and flush draw, yeah?
That is true.
Okay, so if I get
Jennifer's
more
in.
danger of losing.
Is Eli Elezra a bank of computers connected to the blockchain? You know,
King, ace, queen.
Bitcoin mining?
Your rag?
Huh? Is he gonna go mining?
He doesn't have that much behind. I don't think he's getting the implied correct odds, but that's not fun.
Of course not.
Not every time, but
Yeah.
87 conservatively percent of the time I try
Ace
to
high
slow play.
flop. Look at that,
You
set of
guys don't
fives.
seem to care. And you know the odds of slow play.
Kassela continues.
It's a big bet from Kassela.
Yeah, 2,000. Jennifer, good.
There's only
Jennifer,
one
Jennifer fold.
way to overplay every hand.
I think this is Kevin's plan. He's going to play 6 hours like a nit.
Eli
and then he's
Elezra
gonna
all
get
in.
these games, and then you're
1950.
and then you're gonna
1950.
steal from them because they have the image that you're.
You might be drawing dead.
Super loose and ridiculous.
I'm not drawing dead.
Kassela kind of priced himself in there.
Oh my goodness, it's a jack on the turn. And a jack on the river, despite the fact that Ellie had a flush draw. What poker god did you anger?
That's
Sorry,
my big
buddy.
mouth.
I mean, I
said
couldn't
buy the
hold for
joint.
19
Yeah, there you go.
JRB.
You made it happen.
Lots of action so far tonight.
Wow.
We'll be back before you can say, I'll take an order of the pepper steak. Or at the very least, you can say it and we'll be back before the order actually arrives.
How would you like to play against the pros on national TV? Download now to play and win. It's absolutely free to play.
Welcome back to the newly renovated Gardens Casino.
The Gardens Casino, not only the best play in LA, but also the finest bathrooms.
He would know, I saw him brushing his teeth in there earlier.
My favorite rendition of that was Gary Oldman playing Sid Vicious, singing that song in Sid and Nancy.
Pretty damn good.
Pretty good.
Thought it was fine.
You've never seen Sid and Nancy and you have no idea what they're talking about.
You are correct.
David Baker makes it 200 with 8-7. Gentili calls with ace-queen. Mueller allowed to come in for cheap now at 6-5 of diamonds. Frank Kassela calls with 6-4
That's my
offsuit.
Frank Sinatra song.
Much more than this. I did it my way.
This is a lot like when your parents get drunk.
What has he got?
Not himself.
This is my favorite part of the song where everyone just sort of peters out because it turns out no one actually knows what the words are.
He's something, something.
My way.
He's something, something.
Yep. Anyway, back to the poker. Frank Kassela has decided to bet 300 with bottom pair. Baker calls with his gut shot.
Way.
Jennifer Tilly calls with ace-queen high, and Mueller calls with the best hand, which is a pair of fives.
Y'all got some of this?
9 on the turn. What does that do? Who's winning now? Does that change anything? It's all the same, right? Baker's up and down now. Kassela's still betting. Baker's still calling. Jennifer folding. Mueller folds the best hand.
Yeah.
So now Kassela actually does have the best hand.
Draw for high card. What do you want?
And it continues to be the best hand as he makes technically 2 pair on the river. Checks it.
I think Baker might have to bluff this. If you're Kassela,
How much?
it's kind of an awesome river because
25?
you beat all of the draws, and Baker now can only be representing a 10.
I'm just trying to figure
Well,
out.
Baker represents his 10 with 2,500 doll hairs.
I guess show me your 10.
I don't have a 10.
And Kassela
You win. 7-8.
makes the call as Jesse
7, 8.
predicted.
I got a 4.
And turns out he was value betting bottom pair the whole way.
Must be nice to be Frank Kassela.
Good hand, Frank.
Action will be on. Long Lee
Tick-tock,
He's got a king
tick-tock,
and a
tick-tock,
7.
Come on, Lee.
tick-tock.
Check and see if you have the aces again.
Jennifer, you're stressing me out.
I'm stressing myself out.
Folds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but your
She's
hair is
stressing us
still
all out.
nicely curled.
Yes, that's what I do.
That's her signature.
Yeah.
That's your MO.
Yeah, I'm a movie
Stress,
star.
no stress. My hair is nicely curled.
Yeah.
Eli Elezra's
Call
made it
that obvious
150 with
bluff.
ace-8 off. Mueller's out.
Change, please.
Kassela with queen 10. He is in.
Well, Elezra would like to get some back from that dirty beat that Kassela gave him earlier with the jacks.
And it's looking good. Kassela's got a queen. Elezra's got an ace.
And an 8.
And an 8. And now Kassela has 2 pair. This is the perfect spot for Ellie.
Okay, here we go with a hand.
Looks like the poker gods are fair after all.
That looks like a race. I'm not good at math.
Not now,
What
Kevin.
year did Al Pacino become an old black blues player?
Was this a scent of a woman?
I did a lot of screaming in the 90s, and now I talk like this.
Back before the war broke out, I used to be a saucier down in San Antone.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Kassela goes runner, runner.
Man said 5,000.
In a very gross way where it's almost impossible. I mean, at least
Try to
Ellie
cut
knows
something
that he's been counterfeited at
Some
this
glue
point.
and spit.
At least this time I'm confident that Ellie can probably get away from this.
Elezra,
Oh no, that's a hell of a montage. That's
Let's
a 17
go.
montage. Yeah.
Good fold, good fold.
I mean, the river could be a deuce, and then it's not that bad.
The whole thing. He would have made.
action will be on David Baker.
Unless he folds.
We're assuming he folded what he
Baker
said.
folds.
Well, he might have folded the river on a
You
deuce.
think
There's
I'll,
no point in lying. We're going to
yeah,
see it in 5
I mean,
minutes.
why
Jennifer?
would I can call you
Ace
the
8,
suit.
ace at 150.
Jennifer, didn't you see how Ace-8 treated Ellie last hand? Did you learn nothing?
Elezra's in with 9-8 suited. Mueller 3-betting with pocket 9s to 600. Lee's
Yes, I try
out.
to bluff. The only guy in the table I don't think I can ever
Oh,
bluff.
whatever. Yakety schmackety. for
Not you.
say. Oh,
Lee,
okay.
Lee.
I was gonna
Jennifer
say, come on,
raising
really?
again
No, him.
to 2,000.
No, because he always has it. Hard to bluff a guy who's got it. I tried to bluff him off the nuts.
Mueller calls.
Jennifer doesn't seem to be getting a ton of credit for having a real hand here because she's never actually had a real hand here.
10-5 tray, all spades. Mueller with the only spade.
This looks like it's going to take more than one
3,000.
barrel if Jennifer wants to get a fold for Mueller.
Oh, she bets 3,000.
Snapped off.
Insta call for Mueller. Jack on the turn. Check, check. 7 of spades, 9 high flush draw is good.
I think Jennifer could probably steal this if she...
No.
Did you check?
I've seen children. I know it all works out on paper.
F5. I have a
That
fleet.
sounds as alien to me as my having no kids must sound to you.
Looks like Mueller is gonna value bet.
I don't know what he's actually doing here. It's a little confusing to me. Let's see what he ends up stacking.
When he bets real small here, I think he's trying to value bet any worse hand, especially worse bad spades.
I would argue that it's possible Jack of Spades could fold there, but none of this is going to even make the cut because we're not even going to do analysis. I don't know why I'm just even speculating there.
Rough go for Jennifer, rougher go for Ellie. Tonight, it's been the Frank Kassela show, which sounds like the kind of show that would have aired when it was still okay to smoke on TV.
Well, how else were kids supposed to get their vitamins?
Looks like we're losing the Gardens reg.
Oh, not
Longley.
Longley. I'm gonna be so lonely without him. Eli Elezra folds. Greg FBT Mueller.
Where are you staying?
Wait, who's going to replace Longley?
I don't know, a stack of
Oh,
straw.
you going back to Vegas?
Don't we
tonight?
have someone on deck at all times?
I mean, look, if this guy won his way on, clearly they're all out of
I have
people.
10 here.
Well, whatever you
I can give you
yeah.
10.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Whatever. Is that my money?
Jennifer.
All right, Mueller made it 200 with King Queen.
jacks.
Kassela calls with 2 5s.
You bluffered me?
Baker and Tilly, they're both
Did you
in.
really?
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
I don't know. I may have, I may not have.
I don't think you bluffered me.
Oh, oh God.
5 6, 2 pair for Baker,
it's
top pair
C5,
for Tilly, but a set of 5s for Kassela,
Is it me?
who is running hotter than the earth since after the Industrial Revolution, which is probably just a coincidence.
How much?
We don't know. We really don't know the effects that human beings are having on the earth. Jennifer bet 500 with top pair. Kassela makes it 1,300 with 2 5s. What does David Baker do with 2 pair on a draw-heavy board?
Honestly, it's one of these weird hands where I think you can argue that you can flat, you could rip it in, and you could fold.
You can argue a fold here, really.
They're just nickels.
Now, for Jennifer's hand here, I would argue that there's only one option.
And that is fold. Fold like the wind. You don't even have a good top pair.
Doesn't backdoor with the
4,000.
7, but oh, Jennifer, no.
How much?
4,000.
Well, for this bet to get through, both players would have to either have nothing or no draws.
Which is also nothing.
But not nothing, that's gonna fold.
Jennifer Tilly, one of the nicest people in poker. She will even juice the pot for you.
You know, once that goes in, that stays. You can't take it back.
I wonder what Baker's going to do.
Frank knew that.
That's 12K straight.
12,000 the raise from Kassela.
It's good to be Frank Kassela.
I call.
Oh, my God.
Did you say all in?
Call.
I
You
said
said
call. You have me covered.
Wow.
Are we running it then? Or?
Yeah, what you got anything?
I got a set.
Oh,
Yeah.
bottom set? I need a 6.
What a fish. Just bottom set.
Yeah, but there's only
Can't
one.
even beat another set. Might as well be 2 pair.
Oh, bottom 2.
And ace on the turn, ace on the river. No good for David Baker. Frank Kassela wins another gigantic pot.
He's going to give you chips. So
Wow, look at all these straddles.
200, 300.
Harvey.
Blind, big blind, straddle, 100 straddle, 200 straddle. That's a triple straddle.
Yeah.
no, not on the button. You can't on the button.
Oh, it's going to
Can't on the button.
make it 5.
You can raise. No, you can't straddle on the button. You can't do it. Really? No, you can't. You can
David
raise or
Baker
call.
decides to limp in with queen
not
tray
Dave,
suited.
it's the
I would be
button.
shocked.
Todd, you guys have
If
no
this
idea.
pot went
We have
unraised.
to do 2 more hours on this one. 2 more hours on this game will be. You never have a game like that.
It's on me?
Oh, who's that?
The game is
Oh,
out of the
conservative
map
chick.
now.
Oh, you guys might know her from Twitter and the LA poker scene. Conservative chick, Courtney Hamilton.
4 ways of this flop. I
Stone
see a
short
tray and 2
Short
hearts.
bus.
Pretty good flop for
This
David
bus never
Baker.
had wheels.
Frank has none of that, so he knows where he stands.
Clance calls with his 9. And obviously, Baker's in with queen 3. 10 of diamonds on the turn. So Kassela picks up a draw now. Continues betting. Oh, by the way, another draw picked up there. Diamond draw for Matt Glantz. So this really could go any which way. My bet's on Kassela.
Are we
with
all
his
rooting for a
11%.
heart on the end, or is it just me? Hang on, let me get my bluffing stack ready.
Oh, almost. In fact, this is actually the exact
Hold up,
opposite of
Carlo.
things going Kassela ways. He makes it very costly.
What is going on
Second
here?
best hand. Makes a straight on the river. Baker.
We call those negative implied odds, and I know that no one cares.
Baker, as I was saying, has the winner, which is a flush.
How much?
8,000.
8,000 to call for Frank Kassela. Will he pay it off?
Man, this would be so much easier if Matt wasn't behind me. I would snap call David if
It's not like
wasn't
Matt
behind
can
me.
ever call in this spot.
I know, but I'm
So,
just
I
saying.
didn't say it. It's not like he's behind you at all. He doesn't exist.
Good fold, Frank Kassela.
Straight.
I folded a
He has
straight.
just an ace.
David Baker's going to pick up a nice triple straddle pot.
What do you got,
Show
Sugar?
one card straight.
You don't want to show us?
No.
Really?
Well, that monster, that is queen tray.
Oh, whatever.
What'd you have?
It was a good
Oh,
call.
straight. He folded a straight.
You had a straight?
Yeah.
I had an ace.
Whatever.
SP, that's a sure call. Unless it's an ace of hearts maybe in your hand.
The
That
ace
I
of
don't
hearts
know.
is on the board. I had an ace. I just assumed you had an ace, and you can't call that
Yeah,
river.
that's We're all gaping.
Action will be on David Baker. Everyone's having so much fun, and so am I. Action will not be on David Baker. There's multiple straddles this hand.
Tough game.
Well, obviously,
Eli Elezra was
obviously
first to act.
Frank's
He's
seen
out.
Play before.
Greg Mueller, Jack
Bottom
9.
pair. Is that a double
200's the
straddle?
minimum.
Yes, it's a double straddle.
Are you planning on raising?
I don't know. It depends.
Wow.
Good fold.
Says wow. Meanwhile, he's just a folding
Just
machine.
fold the button.
Kassela 9-8 suited. Queen, Jack for Baker.
Uh-oh.
Ace 10 of diamonds for Jennifer Tilly. Raise it up, kid. There it is, 1,200.
You don't think I know someone's gaping over there?
Did he say gaming or gaping?
Is this table expensive? I probably shouldn't put that.
Don't answer that. 3 ways to the flop.
But is this table expensive? Guys,
Yes, quite expensive.
being told by our production that it is in fact expensive.
This table costs upwards of $1,100.
Stop it.
Ellie, how do you not have all the chips? You're the only one playing good here.
Checks around.
I see it. Everyone else is
You didn't see
gambling.
what's happening there?
Queen on the
No, I
turn.
didn't see it.
David
Flop
Baker
aces
doing
and
very
aces.
well in these
Flop
multi-straddle pots.
Against who? Frank?
Frank, he turned queens and tens.
Not only does he have the best hand, but
Oh, really?
He river at 10.
almost no one can outdraw him.
Don't worry,
Usual?
I saved the 5,000 on the river.
Hey, Bucky's watching. You know what he just texted me?
Go.
I see you got your voice back.
Bucky. Sean Buchanan.
He's gonna love it when he hears
The Winter Soldier.
Old Bucky's been sending us both updates. He sent Ellie an update. He goes, "What are you doing folding to FBT? You got king high there. He's got like 9
river.
high, 8 times out of 10."
Somehow, Kassela, who is drawing dead,
He's
did
juicing
not
both of us.
hit the Miracle River.
Rough life.
Stop it with the arm.
It's intimidating.
You're literally sitting here like this the whole time. And you're
Kassela
shuffling him like
is
you're flexing.
You got a
on
deuce?
betting this. 15.
You call it, you win. I got 9 high.
$200 chips, $3,000. Quick call from Baker.
Are you calling? If you're calling, you're winning.
It's true. I am not calling with worse than 9 high. That is very,
That's what I figured.
very accurate.
Don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll measure everyone's performance by round of applause. Welcome back to the Gardens Casino, where we're wrapping things up at our first session from Los Angeles. Greg Mueller ends up our big winner, taking home more than 15 grand, followed by Frank Kassela, just shy of 10 G's. Props to our Gardens regular Luong Lee, who quietly profited $8,000.
Not a single thing went right for Jennifer Tilly this evening, as she seemed to bluff into the nuts 100% of the time, and it ended up costing her about 22 grand. We saw Elezra do very little wrong and be punished for it because life isn't fair. Lastly, David Baker, who dominated the table last time, saw quite the role reversal, losing all his profit and then some.
Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to click subscribe if you want to see more from Poker Night in America. And oh, click that little like button as well. Come on, you won't.
And as always, there's an optional strap-on.
What?
Straddle. There's an optional straddle.